Thank you very much for having me. My name is Imo Edat, journalist and producer with a regional station, West Africa Democracy Radio in Dakar, Senegal. Senegal, like any other country, is also going through some challenges posed by the novel coronavirus. This certainly has changed patterns and the way of life of people here. Now, don't forget that Senegal is a Muslim dominated country, meaning that 90% of the entire population are Muslims. I will start with the late and end with the latest information here. Economy now. The Macky Sall-led administration here, since the outbreak of the pandemic in the country, has released over $2 billion in stimulus package to aid small businesses following the lockdown that was imposed a couple of months back at the onset of the outbreak. Now, this will also to help the institute and health sector at large to enable effective management of the pandemic. However, businesses are still in operation here, but with strict adherence to social distancing, washing of hands with soap and running water, and of course, the use of face masks. Just to add quickly, to cushion the effect of the lockdown on the populace, the government here paid off electricity bills that run into hundreds of millions in SEFA. I also benefited from that. Well, food palliatives like rice, tomatoes, milk, bread, were also distributed to over 8 million households. And this is on. While this is on, don't also forget that the markets here are still in operation, but they run 5 days and the remaining days are used for fumigation. Education institutions at all levels here have been closed since the outbreak in March, but just last month, the Education Board commenced a teleclass for all students in primary and secondary classes. But the good news again is that last weekend, the president announced that schools will reopen on the 1st of June. This also attracted reactions from parents who are very much concerned about the safety and well-being of their wards, knowing that preventative measures, equipment, and tools, are not yet on ground. But the government has assured that before then, these tools, measures, and all of the things, including face masks, will be made available for students and teachers. So far, the country's COVID-19 case count has crossed the 2,000 mark, and that was yesterday, and recorded so far 21 deaths. The country has been in the news lately, and that's because of its $1 rapid test kit, which is being manufactured here by the Pasteur Institute of Dakar in collaboration with a British pharmaceutical company known as Mologic. They are also the ones funding that project. So as we speak now, the Pasteur the Institute here in Dakar are ramping up production. We understand that in June there's going to be mass production and which will be distributed to countries across the continent and also on sale. It is $1 because it is very cheap. It is just a test strip, that can be used to test someone of if you have the coronavirus. And finally, measures have since been eased here, which means prayer houses have reopened, but can only take 12 people at a time, which means only 12 people can worship at a time. Well, that's for the mosque, but we don't really know much about the churches. We understand that the bishops are not really pleased with that because they are still very much worried since the cases, still very much on the increase. We understand that there's going to be a meeting this week with the bishops, the pastors, and Pentecostals to also fine tune how they will also be running their services. And then the use of face masks is compulsory here. Inter-regional travels and movement has also been banned. Sports centers, recreational centers, parks are also locked down. Now, for restaurants and bar, they can only do delivery, takeaways. People don't sit out anymore. And then the curfew, there's a curfew here, which start from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. But just last week, it was further eased to 9 p.m. So people can still move. But the interesting part is that after 2 months of the curfew, people are now used to shutting down for the day quite early. So by 7:30, the streets becomes scanty, and by 8 o'clock, it's a ghost town already, and then by 9 everybody shuts down. So that has been the latest here from Senegal.